Welcome to week 2 of the Nervous System Reset. This week, we are focusing on gut health and digestion. So, you've probably heard the gut called your second brain, and that's because a lot of neurotransmitters, which are the chemicals that are signals in your body, are actually produced in the gut. I actually just found out that 90% of serotonin is made in your gut. So, this explains why nutrition is so important not just for your physical health, but also for your mood and having mental clarity. If you've ever felt that like brain fog feeling, or just wondered why you have like maybe mood swings and cravings and all of that, you're not crazy. There's actually science to it. And so that's why it's so important to focus on nutrition and especially gut health. Now, skipping meals or having no structure with eating is actually a form of stress on your central nervous system. So, not only does that affect your digestion, of course, but it actually affects your physiological stress in your body. So, your body doesn't know the difference between, being chased by a lion and skipping lunch. So, when we're skipping meals and when we're dehydrated, those are both two forms of now more added stress and load on our central nervous system. So, we want to make sure that we are fueling regularly, and this doesn't mean you have to have a perfectly prepped meal. Sometimes for lunch, if that's a tough meal for you, that could look like, some string cheese or cottage cheese, some kind of protein paired with some fruit and maybe some nuts. So, what you're looking at for your meals is just getting protein, fats, carbohydrates, and when you can, having fruits or veggies in there. So, I will be giving you a basic framework for the precision nutrition hand eye method, which I really like just for estimating quantities of food throughout the day. It's nice because it's based on your hands. They go with you everywhere. You don't have to use a food scale, you don't have to count calories. And the guide also gives some ideas as far as what to eat. We don't want to say that any food is off limits. It's just what do we want to eat more of and what do we want to eat less of, and what's the fuel that we need for our goals. So we want to eat less processed foods, not that we're never going to have them, but we want to eat more whole foods that have less ingredients. And so this will kind of also review that. And then as far as our habits, of course, we want to keep with our week 1 habits of taking walks. This really helps with digestion as well. You guys intuitively know this. After you eat a big meal, all you want to do is sit down. But if you get up and walk, it really helps with the digestion. Deep breathing, that helps as well. And then hydration, they're all linked. So we want to keep doing those habits. This week, we're also going to be adding in focusing on some gut healthy foods. So we want to be making sure we are getting enough fiber. You've probably seen a lot out there that fiber really helps with hormone regulation as well. So that's another side benefit of that. But fiber comes a lot from fruits, vegetables, whole grains, these complex carbohydrates. A lot of foods these days are adding it in, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but the more we can get from natural sources, the better. It's just going to help with regular digestion, cleaning out everything, and honestly feeling full longer, which is really helpful. The other thing we're going to do is be adding some probiotic rich foods. We know that our gut has a microbiome, which is like billions of different kinds of bacteria, and we want to have the good bacteria in there. Those things can come from aged cheese, cottage cheese, yogurts. I personally love kombucha. Also fermented foods like kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, pickled things. Those are also great. So I will be throwing some recipes in this week for probiotic specific things. And again, if you have any questions, ideas, or thoughts, please feel free to reach out. But I hope this week is really helpful for focusing on digestion and gut health.